And here's part 2. It's just asking your mom what she thought about visitation and how it would work. Didn't need a lawyer to ask what she was thinking. And then she said, visitation is a term used for parents who visit. It is different than custody. We have a child custody order in place. It is something that requires legal counsel. Also, Tony, I would not consider working any change of custody without legal representation, witnesses, and a recording. Although I wish I could trust you, I realize I cannot. So to recap, I won't be moving without legal counsel due to the custody situation. It may not work until 4 years. But as we know, she moved within that time, didn't seek legal counsel, and didn't care about my custody. So, based upon this, I mean, if you guys just look at this with an open mind, I mean, it was your mom's words to me. And, I went to South Dakota to find and remodel a house for all of us so I could have you half the time. And she cut off communication and I'll show you, why I think she cut off communication. It was because she was seeking child support again, and I wanted her to get a mental evaluation. And, I stated that I was capable of raising you both by myself until she had her mental stuff figured out. And that's when she borrowed the money from Cliff, and I never heard from you guys again. And let's continue, though, in this. And then 9 a.m. Fred Meyer, see you then. I said, maybe we should just stick to the parenting plan. 9 a.m. Remember, you don't trust me. See you at 9. And the parenting plan said 50-50 custody, 1 week on, 1 week off. Sorry, drinking my coffee. And I said also, need to go in halves on license, driving school and permit fee and auto insurance. Are you coming to get Ethan tomorrow and Thursday? Also, it's fine. They go to church on my days. I will cover Elijah's driving school and insurance. I don't think it's fair for him to have to pay. Your mom was thinking you should have paid for it, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe you can work with me the week off, October 11th, 17th. Maybe I could have them a couple extra days. And then whatever extra costs I have them, you can have them that amount of days on my week, going to Idaho and Montana and maybe South Dakota with Amy's mom. She's looking at houses. And we were going to take you guys with us. And I don't know why we all didn't just go. We went to South Dakota already, or not South Dakota, but Idaho, and went to the park, and then went to Yellowstone, I think it was. But yeah, Amy's mom had the money, and we were all gonna go. That included you guys, but yeah, I started talking to you, Elijah, about South Dakota, and you just were adamant. It was a no, and I don't know if your mom was already putting it in your ear that, we were running away or something. I don't know, but that was not the case. Yes, I'll be happy to pick up Ethan tomorrow. We'll let you know about Thursday. I read your text about the upcoming road trip. I will think about it and get back to you. What are your intentions with the modification? You can call my lawyer. They will work with you, or perhaps you're planning to hire your own lawyer and take us to court. I don't know what she meant by take us to court. Maybe we'll just have to do the right thing and sign it. This was her wanting me to sign child support when I had you guys half the time, and I was capable of having you guys all the time, and she knew it. As far as the modification, we'll send over my taxes and go from there. I think this is me talking to her. But you might be misinformed about my situation. I worked 6 months this year. COVID has killed a lot of the business and took 2 contractors. Amy's mom has loaned us a lot of money to live on and paid for the 3 road trips. Most of the stuff in our house is stuff from Amy's 2 grandmothers that died last year and her Uncle Dan. I also met Amy before I met you. Not online. She was Andy's best friend's older sister. I met her in 1994 in passing. This will all be in the paperwork I send over. Not getting a lawyer. Anyway, I thought we have made communication progress. I would like to keep that open. Yeah, that was me talking to your mom. When you say send your taxes, do you mean to my lawyer? Do not send them to me. You have until October 8th to respond, or I won by default. It's always about winning or losing. And then she's like, why are you telling me about Amy's grandmother's things being in your house? That's not relevant to child support. If we can come to an agreement with my lawyer, great. Otherwise, you can tell these details to the judge in court. You can always call the clear line for low-income legal help, like I did when I appeared in court and you were held in contempt. Telling you about the trinkets in the house because you know that we had a lot of stuff when you came to the door. It was inherited, not bought. It is irrelevant to the judge, but you commented it, so I'm clarifying. That is all. You coming today? I'm working tomorrow morning, so we'll not be by to pick up Ethan, but would like to move it to a Friday morning. So still going on walks with Ethan. Said Glennon. And this is me calling. We were supposed to meet at, I think, right after church, and I don't know what happened that day, but then she was on a Tuesday picking up Ethan to go on a walk. And then here I had found the baby books, and I knew I had all the pictures, and your mom didn't really have any, but I just wanted her to have the baby books. And then she said, thank you, Tony. I'm glad you took all those photos, or we wouldn't have any. And I said, you're welcome. Are you guys going to church, then driving boys after? Or meeting at 9:30? Yes, I'll bring them to Glenwood after church. Talked to Elijah already. He filled me in. That sounds good. And then here, December, did you ever fill out paperwork with court saying you were paid in full for the equity? Can I get a copy? Also, you and Ethan on a walk. I'm at Glenwood. And then she said a paper from the court saying I was paid in full for the equity, ? I did not feel the need. And I needed that payoff information. Anyway, here's me asking if she wanted you guys Christmas Eve or day. So we were working together, but I needed that paperwork. I was trying to get a loan against the property there, so I could buy a house in South Dakota and put some money up for her to have a house in South Dakota was kind of my planning. If you print a satisfaction judgment, now paid you half the equity. She goes, you're supposed to pay child support. I do not believe it is prudent for me to sign a satisfaction judgment form with you who tricked me and lied in our divorce proceedings. I suppose you will have to hire a lawyer, as I have done, because I know I cannot trust you. There again, child support. She was capable of working and was working and quit working. So it's really not my fault that, I don't know. The other thing is we had 50-50 custody, so But satisfaction of judgment is only for the equity in the property. It has nothing to do with child support. It is a receipt I never got when I handed you the final payment. Our divorce proceedings, I suppose you have to hire a lawyer. I cannot trust you or paid you. Oh, I will call Cliff as he was acting middleman. And then she said, my point is you're not cooperating with my lawyer for the welfare of your family. And she considers my family Elijah, Ethan, and her. But it's just Elijah and Ethan that's my family at that point. When you get divorced, the mother is no longer my family. I understand having this form is important to you to move to your next goal, so it is modification of child support to me. You pulled a dirty trick in our divorce, and you know it. I need to keep working this case. Looks like you have to lawyer up. If you would have been decent with me, I could have worked with you, but you have not been. Yeah. As far as a lawyer, I don't have money for that. I'm not going to fight in court over something you were supposed to do. What time are you getting Ethan? We'll be at the dentist. Will Ethan be available for me to pick up tomorrow? And I'm still at this point with her squabbling with me, allowing her to take Ethan on my weeks. Sorry, drinking coffee. Broken teeth, 10 a.m. And this is me explaining why I needed that form. Thank you for what it's worth. I know you don't trust me, but I'm refinancing property to pay Missy her balloon payment. It has been 10 years. I would like to give you the Suburban. It's a good faith gesture, but it ain't worth much. And the Suburban was supposed to go to me in our divorce paperwork. And then I was wanting to come to talk to your mom and Cliff about a couple things, good things in the next couple weeks. I think we can come to some agreement. What time are you getting the boys? We have them ready. Church activities are good for them. And then she was skipped over all that. And does the Suburban run? I realize you can't sell it. If it's in my name, I will be by to pick up the boys at 12:30. And yeah, thermostat. And anyway, sold my flatbed trailer. Don't need it to pull. Gave Elisha the title. And then this was me trying to figure out taxes. I'm claiming Elijah again, and you're claiming Ethan. Thank you in advance. Let me know if you want me to bring the Suburban down or if you just want to come over and take some pictures and sell it. But I would definitely probably just sell it. It had some mold inside and needed to be cleaned up. And then she's kind of getting nasty. No, you're not claiming Elisha this year. Remember, I can get some pictures of the Suburban when I go to Glenwood. Although it looks like you moved it, the Suburban needs to stay at Glenwood until it gets sold, if anybody wants it. Expect more proceedings coming your way in the case. I don't know why she's always threatening me. Our divorce has in writing we claim boys every other year. You certainly don't want an IRS audit. And then I just trying to figure things out, and she's just being nasty. Let's see. And then I wrote Amy's mom and her money. Let's see here. I'm just trying to live and work with you. That is why I gave you $2,700 for gas so you could take Ethan to Cedar, where his friends are and teachers were. I did that for Ethan. Then Corona happened and you got to keep the $2,700. I also let you take Ethan on walks on Tuesdays so you can see him in the middle of the week. But you never take Elijah. And I let you drop them off late on Sundays on my day so you can have them in church. So last year I worked about 5 months part-time. Look at Elijah's hours. This winter I don't have any work. Thank God for Amy's mom and her money. As far as court and child support, I have them half the time, so your child support would go from what you think is $1,000 a month to $500 a month. If I made extremely high wages, but I don't. All my jobs are above the board, only using bank accounts. Haven't used Money Tree for like 5 years. The other thing is you get food stamps, but only have them half the time. The money I gave you the last 3 years, you should have claimed on your taxes. I don't know why you can't move on. You also need to go back to work. We both are supposed to be working for the kids' sake, unless you have a medical condition, in which case the state will pay you SSI. I'm trying to work with you for their sake. There's only about 2 more years before Elijah's 18 and a little over 3 before Ethan. Stop plotting to take me to court to try to get another 12,000 out of me. I had an idea I was going to run by you and Cliff, but you are just so hateful. Elijah comes here mad at me, so you accomplish turning him against me. So as you can see, in 2021, January, she was already turning you guys against me. Remember, I want you to go over this with an open mind. And that's the end of part 2.